Welcome back. Two of Australia's top criminal defence barristers have backed the use of a chemical truth serum to force convicted murderers to provide the locations of their victims' bodies.
It's fascinating, isn't it? To understand how it would work, let's bring in surgeon and neuroscientist Dr. Rahul Jandil. Doctor, good morning to you. Can you explain how the truth serum works? We've seen it in the movies.
Yeah, this one's called thiopental, and there's several drugs that basically make us disinhibited. They're central nervous system, meaning brain depressants, and they take away our restraint, where we might say, I don't want to share this. That comes from our frontal lobes. This drug would slow down that process, letting more emotional thoughts come out, making us more verbal. So people are really loose-lipped. They're often known to sing if they're used for criminal analysis.
So is it 100% effective, and can you then rely on what people tell you when they're under the influence of it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a question that I'm not an expert in, but what I will tell you is you're going to get a lot of content from people or patients. So just to reverse a bit, this was used as an anesthetic from about 1900 to 1970s. Marilyn Monroe, Jimi Hendrix, they overdosed on it, casually known or colloquially known as downers. So in our patients, when you give them anesthesia, they will often tell stories and say a lot of things. That doesn't mean they're all true, but you're going to get a volume of information, and I assume the criminal investigators can then figure out what's real and what isn't.
So are there any side effects?
Yeah, I mean, it can kill you. It's a central nervous system, again, brain depressant, so you would stop breathing. That's one concern. They were even used for lethal injections in the States. When we use in the operating room, or when we did use in the operating room, there's a breathing machine that's available. So as the breathing slows down on patients receiving these thiopental or barbiturates, there's a machine there to serve as a life vest. But it does have dangerous side effects.
So it's been used in a medical capacity, but has it ever been used in the US for this purpose?
Yeah, I looked into it. It's I mean, it's an interesting topic. There was a terrible mass shooting 2011 or 12 in Colorado, and they got approval to use it on this person that was convicted later as a way to test whether he was truly insane or not. I don't know the details about it, but it's been used in India, it's been used here. It's used infrequently for criminal, purposes, but it's interesting that Australia is going to try this out.
Sounds like something the CIA would have used over the years.
Yeah.
Is there been any confirmation of that kind of use of it?
Yeah, I mean, the CIA definitely used it, and also other drugs that make us disinhibited, such as ecstasy, which is MDMA, were used for marriage counseling. So originally they were invented to get couples to talk more. Of course, they're illegal now. So there are a whole class of drugs that get us to open up. Now, it's a dual-edged sword. People can open up and then maybe rebuild relationships or tell the truth, if you will. But they're also drugs and they can hurt you. So I'm not sure how to walk that fine line.
It's fascinating some of these drugs are being used. We know also mushrooms, MDMA you've talked about, LSD in some cases being used for the treatment of some mental illness.
Yeah, so this one that we're talking about today, not for that purpose, but yes, definitely psychedelics, MDMA, which is a stimulant, MDMA ecstasy, which is a stimulant and psychedelic, can have those effects if you're guided, if you're coached, if you're done in a safe environment. They are in trials now in the States for cancer patients or for other mental illnesses like PTSD. So it's an interesting world when you think about brain drugs. And this one, we'll see how it goes.
Just tell me something, Doctor. It'll never become every day the truth serum. I mean, I'm not going to admit anything on national TV, but sometimes I say I'm at the pub. Well, I am at the pub.
Sometimes you say you're at the gym.
Yeah, the gym. Yes, exactly. So it's not going to be everyday use ever, is it?
Yeah, and if you got to go to a gym or a pub that's got a name so you don't have to lie. So there's a pub over here called the Library or the Office. So you can, you can tell your significant other, I was just at the library. So the easiest way to not tell a lie.
Were you, cheeky monkey? I love that.
They know how to do things in LA, don't they?
They sure do. A lot of things. Good on you, Doc. Lovely to see you. Appreciate it. It's just fascinating, isn't it?
It is, and for the victims' families, that trauma of not only losing your loved one but not knowing their final resting place. If this can help those people have some sort of closure, then I think it's worth a shot.
Just all the fine lines, those fine legal lines.
Hey there, Today fans, Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?